Okay, let me share my screen here and we're going in and we're looking at the website on where to find your new recruits. So if you go to, do you have the today's sales report? Under today's sales report, do you have anyone under you here? What does yours say? Does it say personal team or? See, Holly, I wasn't lying when I said I can't see you. You go right there.
Okay, mine looks like yours in that box that you've got the cursor over right now.
Okay, so it doesn't have this, it just has this, and then yours starts here with your sales probably, and then the two people under you.
Let me look here. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So you should be able to see both of their names and where, their sales and stuff are at.
So you don't see their actual like dash progress though? 'Cause I thought something implied that I could
I
see
think
their progress.
Yeah, you have to go into Dash.
you have to go into Dash. So see, you have to go into Dash over here on that right-hand side. And yeah, I can see like who has done what trainings and
If you don't mind showing me that, I just didn't see it on mine.
so see how mine says leaderboards. Does yours say leaderboard on the left?
I think so. I keep going between Zoom and this, sorry.
No, you're fine.
The dash leaderboard. Oh, okay.
Okay, so
So
see
when am I?
that,
Wow.
yeah, and then it'll show you their points. And so see how if I click on her in particular, it tells me what she's taken.
Okay.
So you should be able to see what all they've taken so far. And that's what's nice too, is as you're looking, you can say, yay, I see that you took, some of the welcome and the getting started. And so you can kind of encourage them to as they are doing some of their trainings. But that's where you should find that. But so I'm sending them a text message, just saying, so I need to change this, so it doesn't say that. That's where we got off on Dash. But it used to say into Dash and do the first 10 or so tasks. Okay. So you can just say, starting out your Dash training, and I right away ask them, when in the next 24 to 48 hours could you talk with me? Okay, so I want to have a phone conversation with them right away. Okay, because I want to know, what they want out of this business. So if they don't respond, hey, I wasn't sure if you saw my last message, thought I'd circle back. I know with I never know with technology these days. Okay, so once they have, start out Dash and you have that 24 to 48 hours, just kind of give them time to get their email, get, their information. Then I have them, I usually do the call with them before they start sending out this message. But here is the message that I want them to send to 15 to 20 friends. Okay, because see how it says call number 1? Okay, this is the new consultant training that I do with them. Okay, so you can print this out, keep it at your desk. So welcome and introduce yourself. Okay, get to know them. Okay, have them tell you about themselves. What does their family do? Do they have a job? You know, do they have a significant other? Are they married? Do they have children? What age are their kids? You know, what sports do their kids play? Okay, because the connection that you make with people is what is going to keep them in this business. Okay, when you feel a connection to somebody, they are way more likely to stay, you know, than if you haven't developed a connection with them at all. Okay, so getting to know them is very important. Okay, so next I want to know why did they start Pampered Chef? Do they have an income goal? You know, if it's not an income goal, do they want to pay off a car? Do they want to pay off a house? You know, what are they just wanting free products? Some people are like, I just want to get some free products. Okay, so you're wanting to figure out like, what are they wanting from Pampered Chef exactly? Because if it is, I need to make a house payment. Okay, if you don't mind me asking, you know, how much is that house payment? So I can help you know how many shows we need to do this each month to help you make that house payment. Okay, so, or if it is a car payment or whatever it is. And I know I was talking with Christy Crum this weekend, and she was on a training, and she was sharing with me that sometimes people feel inadequate, you know, in their goals, and I only want to make, you know, 250 to 500 or whatever it is. But to a large majority of people, when they start, that's a really big deal. Because when I first started Pampered Chef 11 years ago, and I said, I want to make $500, in all honesty, I did not think I could achieve that goal. You know, we know since we've, you know, some of us have been in the business a while, you 100% can achieve $500 in income a month. But when I very first started and I said my goal was $500, I honestly didn't know if I would ever be able to achieve that. And so not until I got going. So the belief in themselves is not necessarily there when they first start. Okay. What happens though, as they reach that $500 and they earn that first thing, and then we help them get to that $1,250 and they get that, the mixer, and, you know, they reach for the next thing. Every time they're reaching and hitting a goal, it is a little bit more boost in their confidence that maybe they can do this business. Okay, so that's why it's so important to help them get going and get parties booked, because that is what is going to help them feel the success of this business and that they want to keep going. Okay, so finding out their goal is huge. So I encourage them to do 3 to 4 parties in a week. Okay, now when I'm first starting out with somebody, I have them look at their calendar, and usually, let's say they sign up today, I may not have them start parties this weekend, because I want to make sure they get the parties on their calendar, they start Dash. But what I will say is I want you to look at your calendar, and I want you to book 1 to 2 parties on the 27th. Then once those parties are booked, I want you to look at the 3rd, and I want you to book 2 parties for then. Then once those 2 parties are booked, I want you to look at the 10th, and I want you to book 2 parties for then. So I really want them to book 6 parties in their first month. If that is 1 party, that first weekend they do parties, that's fine. Okay. And then if it's 2 the next, and 2 the next, and 2 the next, that's fine. Okay. But my ultimate goal is I would love for them to have at least 6 parties booked in their first 30 days of this business. Okay. Because typically with that, you know, and if they get more, that's great, you know, because some people have achieved all $5,000 in sales in 1 month. Okay. It is achievable. So but I want them to know that our first goal in their first 30 days is 1250 in sales. That's their first goal. Okay. And once they can do that, then we can start hitting some of the other goals. Okay. So I'm looking and I'm finding out with them. Okay. Because I always tell my new consultants, it is not a booking without a date. So when they're doing these reach outs, it's not, oh yeah, when can you do a party? Yeah, I'll get back with you. Okay. It's my first round of parties is starting here. Will that work for you? And if it doesn't, then you offer them the next weekend date. Okay, so that is so important with your new consultants is you want them to know right away when are their first parties starting. And I give my new consultants the goal that I'm going to follow back up with you in 2 days. Okay, and I want you to have the first 2 weekends booked. So 3 parties by the next time that we talk in 2 days. Okay, so that is their first goal. And like I said, most of the time, if they've already done their own party, I'll have them do 1, typically the first weekend, then 2, and then 2, and then 2. Okay. Because to me, that is more manageable. And that first weekend, 1 can be a lot. Okay. So they're learning still. Okay. So if I say, hey, I want you to have 5 parties to start on the first weekend. Okay. I would jab myself in the eye. So I want to give them the opportunity to get their feet wet, to experience one, then to reconnect and say, okay, how did it go? What do you think you need to do different? How was the engagement? What did the host do? You know, I'm in their party, they're in my party, they're watching, you know, so you're wanting to see how the party is going. Okay. I am in every new consultant's party when they first start, and they are in mine. Okay, because it's important that they're watching what I'm doing in my parties too. And I'm in their parties to see what their connection and engagement is like. Okay, so it goes both ways. So if they're running a party, I say, hey, I'm going to invite you to one of my parties too. And so you can see on each day how I'm interacting with my guests too. Okay, so you can see, oh, how does she comment on that post? What does she say? Okay, so that's why for me, it's always important to have parties running, at least 1 every week, because then if I have a new consultant, I can at any point say, watch what I'm doing. Okay, because they need to be able to watch your parties just as well as you watching theirs. Okay, and I will do the post for them that first week. And then if they want to get, or if I've had some people say, you know what, just show me how to do post my party because I want it to look like I'm the one posting. Okay. And I'm 100% fine with that too. I give them that option because some people want it to be their name in the party. And some people are okay with it being your name as long as they are engaged. Okay. Because they, just like if you were doing this party and a host needs to be engaged, your new consultant needs to be engaged. This is not your party. This is their party. These are not, you know, you don't necessarily know any of these people. They may not even know these people if it's a friend, you know, that booked. Okay. But it's important that the people see them and know that they are the consultant, not you. Okay. So we're going to set up their calendar. I'm going to reach back out within 48 hours and say, okay, what bookings did you get? Okay. And I'm going to talk to them, you know, about the new consultant rewards program. Okay. I pull up on Consultants Corner. If you guys go to Explore on the left-hand side, which is probably in -2. Okay. But if you go to there's a new consultant email journey. Where's new consultants? I'm not sure I'm showing all my stuff here. Well, they have the new consultant offer. I'm just looking for new consultants. Where is it at right now? Okay, I guess it's under training. I thought it was a little further up. Okay, so if you go to training and then new consultants. Okay, so you can share it with them, especially sometimes I like to do a Zoom call like this, where you can share your screen and show them this. Okay, so writing down their why, how to announce your business, or if you don't want to do a Zoom call, maybe this is something that you can share the link with them. You know, welcome new consultants. I want you to go check this out. I want you to write down your why. Here's how you announce your business. Okay. So like my newest consultant that I had, I pulled up this screen. Okay. And I showed, okay, these examples. Okay. Announcing your business on social media. Here is a message that they can directly copy and paste on their on Facebook or on social media, and whatever the way they're choosing. Okay, it's right here for them. Okay, here's where to sign up for a new consultant webinar. Okay, it takes them right to the STIR and how to register for the new consultant webinars. Okay, complete 2 trainings in Dash, getting started. The welcome to Dash, the ready, set, go, getting started. Okay, so the welcome and getting started. Okay, now we're doing the reach out to your launch list. Think about who you know. If you pull up who you know, it's going to pull up a document here. Okay, so there's a launch list and it helps you. This is what we call the Frank's list. Okay, like the hot dog. Okay, so friends, neighbors, relatives, co-workers, holiday card list. Okay, digital, community. Who do you call and text? Friends of parents, favorite foodies. Okay, so this kind of gives them a list. Okay, and I tell them, try to come up with 3 in each of these categories. Okay, and if you live out in the boonies and you don't have a neighbor, then you double up more in the friends category than the neighbor category. Okay, so here's where they're going to start making a list of who are they going to reach out to. Okay, so there, and here is a message. Okay, booking parties. Hi, I know you love, okay, so here, personal greeting or a question. I know you love something related to cooking or Pampered Chef. Okay, I thought you'd like to know that I just became a Pampered Chef consultant. I'd love to help you and your friends discover products that solve common problems in the kitchen. Would you like to host a party? Bonus, hosts can get products for free and half price. Okay, so there's this one, and I have one that is on here somewhere. I think it's on the new. No, it's right here. Hi, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. Very exciting. I'm setting up my first round of virtual parties and would love to include you as one of my hosts. What does that take? Very simple. Just say yes, and then I do the rest. At the end of the week, you'll have a nice shopping spree, and you'll be helping me launch too. You learn lots, and your friends will enjoy it. What do you think? Can I count you in? Okay. So there's that as an option, or there is this one as an option. Okay, where all they have to do is copy. Okay, here's some recipes. If they want to do a cooking show, here are some examples of recipes of the stoneware launch bundle, the cast iron launch bundle, well, I can't talk, the air fryer launch bundle, the grill launch bundle, okay, and all of these extra resources. Now, if you go to Fast Track Rewards, here's exactly what they can get in their first 90 days of the business. Okay, it walks them through. Here's a video. Check out the rewards. Okay, level 1, level 2. Here's for consultants who join March 1st through June. Okay, there's a bonus. Okay, there's a level 3, level 4. Okay, I'm letting my new consultants know about all of these products. Okay, and then I always go into with them, especially guys, they're going to have these codes. They have codes that they're going to be able to share with people. Okay, so I'm going to talk to them and say, you know what, for every new consultant you bring on in your first 90 days and they hit their 1250, okay, in your first 90 days, you get $100 added to your check. Okay. And you get 50 Pampered Chef dollars. Okay, so for every new consultant that you have that signs up and joins in your first 90 days and they hit 1250 in sales, you get $100 extra added to your check. Okay, and I still don't know why that limited time offer is in here when it was till December. Okay. Okay, and here it talks about fast track. Okay, we've talked about fast track on here, but this is something I let my new consultants know from the very first call. You wanna know why? Because no one shared this information with me when I started. No one, not one person. I knew nothing about the fast track program until I was in the business a year. So I didn't even have any clue what that opportunity looked like. So I want to make sure every new consultant I bring on knows about this extra cash and the opportunity, because I guarantee you, if I would have known about it, I would have went for it, because that's just my personality type. Okay, so I want to be sure that everyone that does join our team knows about this opportunity of a fast track director, because it only happens in their first 90 days. Okay, so if you are wanting to know these resources, okay, they are on Consultants Corner. Okay, so this new Consultant Strong Start flyer, okay, I want explaining the new Consultant Rewards Program, which I just did. So basically, this is everything I just went over on the website. Okay, all of this from, look, there's the Frank's list, except I forgot the K. K is kids, by the way. Okay, people that you know because of your kids. That could be grandkids, that could be kids, that could be kids in sports, that could be teachers, anyone, that could be the dentist, any place you take your kids and you interact with other adults. Okay, that's what that K is for. Okay. One of the most important things that you can tell your new consultant is expect to hear the word no. Some of them think that they are complete failures when they hear the word no. We hear the word no over and over and over again. Okay. But as a new consultant, when you hear the word no, it can be defeating. Okay. So I will tell them, you know, if you send the message out to 30 people, expect 25 no's. Okay. You may get 5 yeses, maybe. They have to know that no is going to happen a lot more than yes. But every no you get gets you that much closer to a yes. Okay, so it's super important for new consultants to know that. Okay, so 48 hours. Okay, we're working to book those first 3, and we're doing 6 shows in our first month. Okay, so we want our new consultants to start out strong, because when they start out strong, ultimately, it's going to help you all in the business as well. Okay, so bringing on these new people, okay, helping them, you know, get these discounted kits this month, but also starting them strong. Okay, does anyone have any questions about the information that I shared with you, or where to find any of it? Any questions?
Well, I do have one. So like when you set up a party and they give you, you know, their address and their cell phone number, or their telephone number, or their email address, do you automatically save like their phone number and like send them a text, or like how do you address that? Because, you know, I don't.
Yes. To answer your question, yes, I do. So when I book a party, and sometimes I'll be communicating through Messenger, and sometimes it is a text message too, because I do text every person that places an order. So if they place an order from me, I send them a thank you text. So sometimes I've communicated with those people that book through text as well. So it just kind of depends on how they actually book the party. Because I send a lot of those everybody wins Facebook messages too. So if they book through there, then typically most of our communication will happen through Messenger, but sometimes it does happen through text. But if they didn't place an order, once they book a party and I get their date on the schedule, one of the first questions I ask them is, can I go ahead and get your your phone number, your email, and your address? So I can get a packet in the mail to you, is what I say. So because I want to be sure to get their information to them right away.
Right. Okay.
So, but yeah, I do start communicating with them through text too. That answer your question?
Yes. I just, cause yeah, that's something that I haven't been doing, which probably would have been a good idea, but it's just, if someone places an order and then you're like, you send them a message, I always feel like, you have to have permission, type.
And I can see that too, is, being a guy, as well, texting, sometimes, I don't know, maybe that may make people feel uncomfortable. I wouldn't think that since you're booking a party, typically, as long as they know they're communicating with you for a purpose, it should be okay, but if you feel more comfortable just talking to somebody through Messenger and not texting them, then you can always do that as well. So.
Well, like I've had people place orders through parties of their friends, and so like and you said when anyone places an order, you text them and tell them thank you or whatever.
I do personally, but like I said, if that's not something, if you're dealing with a lot of females and that's not something you feel comfortable with, then don't feel like you have to, because I understand you're being a male, it probably is a little bit different perspective in texting females, so for me to text the females probably feels a little different than you texting females too. So if you feel like that draws a line where you're not comfortable with, then just continue with Messenger, because typically when I get my bookings, it is because they have responded or messaged me in some way, like with one of the guessing games, or I reached out to them through the Everybody Wins, and they saw my message and they responded to having a party. So that's where the communication typically goes from there, is through Messenger. So most of the people that book parties, I am talking through Messenger anyways. So.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you don't feel comfortable sending a text, don't feel like you have to do that. You can keep it through once they have the party, you have them on the books. Sometimes I will send them say, hey, by the way, here is my phone number. If I don't, because sometimes I don't get on Messenger. It is faster to send me a text than it is for me to see messages. Sometimes my computer is up 24/7 with Facebook on it, and I'm not on Facebook. So sometimes I forget to close a window. It shows that I'm on, I'm really not on. So sometimes, Messenger's hit or miss for me. Texting, I usually respond pretty quick too. So I usually will give my host, once we've started some of that communication, and say, hey, if you ever have a question and I haven't responded right away, here's my cell phone number. Feel free to shoot me a text if you want. And that way it puts it in their court. If they have a question and I didn't reach out quick enough, they have my cell phone number too.
Right.
Hey, Melody, I'm on this page that you're on, where I cannot find like the Frank's list and that other one that
So
the
go
guide.
go to the Explore,
Yeah.
and then go down to where it says New Consultants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was on there.
So when I did your launch list, the who do you know? Click on,
Oh,
who do you
okay.
know, and then that pulls up this document, the launch list.
Okay, and then what about the other list that was a guide of what you go over with consultant? There was another one that was like that.
Was it the one this one? Is that what you're talking about? The one that I made, or
Okay, that one right there.
this one?
No. The first call. Yeah, not this one, the first call, the one that you just had up.
Ah,
The-
one?
That one.
This one?
That one.
Yes, this is one I made. I can, Christy, if you are on Harper Director page,
Yeah.
click on featured,
Okay.
go down, it's like the 4th or 5th. It's after, it's right here, new consultant training. It's an Evernote,
Okay.
it's an Evernote document.
Okay.
So yeah, this is basically the list of what I do, but knowing now that On Paper Chef, it's written out, but this is written out, too. So if you want to do, Christy, if you want to do like a Zoom call, when I did it, I showed how to get to this new consultant, and I showed, where to do some of this stuff. So like,
Okay.
and here's your, how to announce on social media, copy this, and then here's where you can go to the webinar, and here are the first 2 programs that we want to finish, so now if you don't have access, guys, and just so you guys know, Zoom, you can get it free where you can talk to someone for 30 minutes. So I pay $99.99 a month because I have longer trainings than 30 minutes, but you can get Zoom free, and it is, you can do a 30-minute call. So you can do a new consultant call on a free Zoom account if that is something you're interested in. If it is not, then you can pull up, my document like this, and I will put this, I'll look over this. I'm going to change a couple of these things now that I know that, like I said, that Dash is not, complete the first 10 and then connect. So they've changed a few things. So I'm gonna look over this, but then I'll put it in that group. So you guys have it. I like to have a list like this, even though this is written out on the website, I like checklists when I'm doing a call. So I like to say, okay, now I'm going to welcome and introduce myself. Now I'm going to get to know them. Now I'm going to find out their why. Like, that's just how I work. So it's easy for me to put something like this in front of me, but I think it's good to copy this, URL at the top. And, after maybe you have that call, and say, hey, here are some of the things that we did talk about that I would love for you, to look through. And here are, the Dash, and here, and if you want to send this launch list to them, separate, you can. So I just feel like the biggest thing that you want to make sure that your new consultants understand, is that they have goals and they know and have the wording to book parties starting right away. And that the expectation is we're trying to have 6 parties in our first 30 days. Our goal is to hit that 1250. That's our first goal. Okay. And then we're going to go for the next goal. Okay. And then the next one. Okay. But giving them an eye, on the price kind of thing, I think is important. So they know how to start out. Helping them start to run their parties, adding them to your parties so they can see what correct interaction, what, and a lot of times if I'm doing something in my party, I will shoot them a message and say, hey, by the way, today I'm writing a welcome message, in the party. So be sure, you go into, how I walk through that virtual party schedule. So if there's something I'm doing in my party, I will shoot them a message and say, hey, just so you know, I'm doing this in my party today. so that they can see and I can walk them through. Because guys, if you help them see and walk them through their parties and they can start off being successful, it makes your life so much easier, so much easier. So showing them the correct way from the beginning, yeah, it may take a little bit more work those first couple parties, but I promise you it is worth it when you are not having to answer 5 million questions because they have no clue what they're doing. Okay, so take that time to really help them walk through those first couple parties and do them correctly with correct interaction, helping the host, helping the booking messages, and doing what they need to do in the party, because it really does make a big difference in their success and ultimately your success, because their success means your success. So any other questions about anything that I shared?
I can use this on my new recruit.
Yes, you can, sister. Yes, you can. I saw that. Yes, for sure. And then your next one after that. So, but I will share this recording as soon as I get it to come up, because it has to download it to my computer and then I have to download it to YouTube. And so sometimes it takes a little bit, but I will try to get this to you guys in case you want to go back and watch anything. And then those that are not on here can go back and watch it. Guys, you're only halfway through. Only halfway through. Okay, so there is so much month left. So if you've had some struggles up to this point, it's time to pick yourself up, reset, and say, okay, here's my goals. Here's what I want to achieve this month, and go for it. Okay, and know that you can do it. We're only halfway through. We still got a lot of month left. Okay. So, all right, guys. Well, you guys have a great evening. And I am actually doing training. I'm doing the Step Up Your Virtual Party, which I think some of you guys were on last month and have the recording for. But I am doing that on Wednesday. So if you have anyone on your team that hasn't seen it yet or would like to be on it, then I will be doing that. So, all right. I will see you guys later. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Melody.